Hello guys, here's Madam OK, and today I want to invite you to paint with me a copy of one of Van Gogh's sunflower paintings. Since again the paper is all similar size, I would say it's a little bit wider, it should be okay. I don't have exactly the same color, so I will improvise, and that's what we all have to do. The most important is we will use brushes and palette knives to create this painting. So again, we will make a painting in the spirit of Van Gogh. There will be not exact depiction, but very, very close one. So let us put this painting or copy on the side. And the first, what I will do, I will create the vase. So the vase is coming approximately in this position here. Right, so I just have to have it, and it has to be quite prominent one because it has to hold quite a bit of flowers. And when I measured here, it's 1, 2, I would say, oh, that's too high. So I will place it here. Don't worry when you have extra lines, because those lines will disappear underneath of the heavy paint application. So I'm still moving it a little bit on the bottom. You see my base is a little bit heavier. I like to have it a little bit heavier, so that will be okay. Remember, it's the idea of how to paint in the style of Van Gogh, right? To get the feel. This line is not even necessary. I think this is coming a little bit more rounded here. Now, the flowers. So I think that we'll start maybe with one flower here on the top, like this. I will place another one, maybe not so much here. Then we have the flowers. One is here, another one is placed here. We'll have another one coming here, and we will have another one. Again, the heads. Notice I'm marking where the heads of the flowers. Another one will be here. There are two here. I'm not able to place all of them, so I'm just making one coming here, another one somewhere here. There will be another one there. Maybe this should come a little bit higher. There will be maybe another one here. We will see. We are not worried. We can always change the things going around, right? And painting. Good. I need this outline. Stand here, and from there, guys, we can start working. Oh, maybe I just place the stamp. There will be some of those crazy leaves here coming. From that, let's see, maybe this hat will be still a little bit bigger. I'm looking here. Yeah, there will be some of those. Perfect. Okay, we are ready to paint. So I have my palette knives. I have 1, 2, 3 palette knives. I also have some brushes like this, and not so much pointed. I'm not interested in pointed brushes here. I can use the edge of the brush if it's necessary. I have to have a little, I want to butter the surface. That's the technique that I love to use. So what I have here, I have acrylic gel, and if you don't have it, that's okay too. You just have to apply thicker layers of paint. For me, acrylic gel is good because I save lots of money on paint. You see, this is quite heavy. Now, having my acrylic gel here, I would divide it in 2 parts. Ooh, my palette knife was a little bit dirty. And I would make sure that one of the colors that I will have here will have yellow and a little bit of my kind of orangey color here, but I don't want to have the orange to be too strong. So I apply a little bit also of yellow ochre or oxide yellow here. You see this color? And I will mix those colors together for the bottom part of my painting, which will be the table. Okay, so you can see the color. It's orangey, but it's not too strong orange, like bright, right? And I want to have it. And let me see, or maybe when I look at this color, I want to see it. Looks maybe I need to have it more orangey. In this case, yes, I do. So what I will do, you see, I'm taking this yellow, and I take more of my orange color here. And I would mix them together. Actually, then maybe it's better even. See, so I'm not afraid to admit that certain things didn't work the way I wanted to. See, and here I am. So this time I don't have so much acrylic gel in it. You see, I still can get very heavy texture. And I will butter the surface with my paint. See here, going here. So a little bit heavier. This will be good. Heavy. From there, when you look at the strokes, well, maybe we'll just leave it for now. Right now it's just the paint applied with the palette knife, and you see I'm going even heavier here. Good. Remember, have paper towels, because paper towels will allow you to clean up your palette knife. We don't want to use too much water here. The next step will be to work on this blue, beautiful blue background. And like I mentioned before, I don't have exactly the same blue color, so I will use my color here that I have. And since it will be too strong, acrylic gel will dry transparently, so I can't afford. It will look right now milky, but after that it will be very, very strong color. So you see, I'm prepare first the mixture for the background. And remember, acrylic paints dry differently, they dry darker. So I have to make sure that my color won't be too dark, right? It has to even look a little bit lighter for the purpose of the painting. So you see here, I do have lots of it here. Okay, and with acrylic gel, again, you don't need to apply acrylic gel. We didn't do that on the bottom part, yeah. And I'm going with the color. So you see, it's a different color that in our reference, which I don't mind, because we can change. Remember that when you take when you look at the reproductions all throughout the internet, you notice that the colors look very different too. It's not just one monolithic color, because every reproduction looks slightly differently, and therefore I even put here, since the stamp will be green, I can go there with the blue, because blue is primary color. So you see what is happening when I pick up some of the paint on the bottom, then my color gets kind of brownish, and that's what's happening with those two complementary colors. Okay, so I'm going very careful here when I apply the paint. Yeah, like this. Okay, fantastic. Now, when I look at the vase, maybe I just place something in the vase to avoid later the problems. See, this still can come a little bit more here. Okay, like this. There will be the sections, but I really don't know exactly. So I will apply this color, just making it a little bit lighter inside of the, you see, again, white, yellow, inside of the vase. So I want to have this combination of colors. You see, and then this color, you will see why it's such a light one. For now, there will be one of the colors. Okay, so it's here, and then I will go with it also on the bottom part. So notice the palette knife that I use, it's still not a very small one. It's just I use the tip of it, more or less. So I'm buttering it here, more or less I'm buttering. So if the blue came on it, that will be okay too, because I will mix it. I just don't want to get too strange colors. See, so here I will go like this, and remember there will be an outline later on going. So now I can slowly but surely introduce the other colors here. So you see, like this. So I'm bringing this color onto my yellow, and this will work very, very well. So those strokes, I start observing the direction of the strokes. See, like this, very much. This color, and notice the strokes, because we have to observe how the artist created this vase, and he had this strokes following the form. See, how can you create the form? Well, one of them, you almost feel like you would go with the brush, in this case our palette knife, on top of the shape, and you imagine that you go around the real vase, right? So you see, I bring a little bit of red here because I want to change the color to the more, there's a little bit more like this raspberry red in it, I think. Very good. Now we'll have to bring some strokes in the opposite direction here, and you know what, because my blue is not as strong as the other one that I see over there in the reproduction, so I will slightly change my color of the vase here. See, I'm bringing more of this yellow, of the very bright yellow, and then I mix the lemon yellow, you see, or cadmium yellow light, and I bring a little bit of cadmium yellow in it to bring a little bit stronger contrast. So you see, going around the form and then bringing some of those vertical, but it's again following the fan, I call it, direction. So you see, like this. Now we can see that we have some highlights here, and the highlights I can apply simply white here inside, like this, okay, like this, and then moving into the opposite direction, you see, like this. Beautiful. So you see, I think I will still strengthen my blue. Somehow I think that this blue doesn't give me enough of contrast. So I certainly will make my blue stronger. Like you see, going here, just a little bit more. The same, I see the flower there, but I need to fill this gap for sure here. See, like this. It's quite a bit of paint. Good, I think this combination is a better one. So much stronger as a color. The same on the other side here. See how nice it is. Beautiful, the colors are fantastic. So now we can think also about the strokes. You see, they have vertical and horizontal. And we can bring even more blue and just play with the knife. See, like this. Okay. Then we want to move now to these beautiful yellow flowers. So we move now to our flowers, and I still use the same palette, or maybe I use this one here. Now I want to have it really dark, so you see I'm using my my yellow ochre color, or yellow ochre if you use oils. This is this color here, the mustard blue, right? And I want to have it inside of my beautiful flower, so I can directly apply it. I can mix it also with acrylic gel, but I don't know if it will be necessary because it's already such a heavy opaque paint. And I want to have it for sure here. Maybe this is a little bit too much, so I decide I bring some of it here, a little bit maybe in the center here, a little bit of it in the center there, and then I move to the other combinations. Will be not just this one, okay? So one here for sure. I still am taking it off, it's too much, and I move it in this section, and I move it. There will be a green. Okay, I will place it here. See, and that's everything done with palette knife. It's so much fun to work with palette knife. Okay, like this. See, I like this and like this. Okay, you can see it. Then bringing it for sure here. La la la. Then we want to come in. That's fantastic. You see how rich it becomes. Ooh. I'm looking at the direction. Remember, I still will come here for the flower and I will shape it. Bring those separate strokes inside. See, but here first I'm feeling the space and I'm thinking more or less of the colors that I have there. And I also, since I change a little bit my palette, this blue, then I also have to change slightly the colors of the flowers. I mean, I still will keep them as orangey, yellowish for sure, but the colors have to adjust to the blue. Remember, colors, there has to be a harmonious play of colors. Okay, so like this. Okay, that's very good. Now, I do need to have, let's see, I have this flower, then I will need another flower here as well. That's our plan. Very good. Now, a little bit more of it. Let's see what I need to have. I need to have a little bit of black now. You see, I mix black with a little bit of red. Okay, and I get brown color. And this brown color will come inside of my, still a little bit more, inside of some of those beautiful sunflowers. And the reason for it is that it has to be a different color. It's the center of the smaller flowers. You see here? Then another one will come here. Then another one for sure here. Let me see, more black. I still need more black, okay? Then I will place, this one will be okay, but I need something inside. And I don't want to have necessarily just pure black, see? So like this. And I'm still, well, I have to fix it in the second, okay? I'm not doing it right now, there's no need for it. When an accident happens, with this, when you paint this way, you can fix it later on, and it still would be okay. Because the paint will not dry right away. Okay, so we'll have this flower. Again, I changed slightly the color because I want to have nice contrast coming here from those flowers, from the interaction of my blue with my kind of orangey yellowish color. Okay, so it will be another flower here. Those ones are okay. So we have a 1, 2. There's another one here, but I don't think we have a place even for it. So I will skip it. This one is okay. This one is okay. It needs to be a little bit darker inside here. Like you see, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so you see how rich it is. Now, just because I show you here, see how easy it comes off? No problem, what's forever? See, like this. And then we put some, maybe even a little bit more white here. But you can do it either now, and we do it now, or later. One on another way. Okay, now for this flower here. I also want to make sure that I have some of those patterns now coming. Like you see, we move to the patterns. I have some black and some green here, and I will go for the patterns. So I can start with darker color and then bring the lighter one on the top. But notice, just having this paint on the tip, I'm getting on the tip the paint, okay? Like this. And remember, we can change certain things. It's our painting, right? You see this. And I want to come with another one here. And I want to have another one here. 1, 2. You see the stroke? 1, 2. Then I certainly want to come on the bottom part here too. See, because some of those patterns will be visible on the, leaves, sorry, not patterns, leaves, will be visible on the bottom as well. So you see here. Little bit of it here. Now, I also want to introduce some of the yellow in it, not too much, just a little bit. And since the paint is very, very thick, this should work very well. See, like this. I will mix a little bit of white into my paint and then come with it. Like you see, just a little bit like this. Good. Now, the other part that I want to do is the stamp. So I can go with darker color first, and then I will come inside with the lighter one, you see? And this is very, very bright, so I will tone down the color a little bit, and I will use my yellow for it, you see? I will go with the yellow here, and then again a little bit of my green here, and I will leave it for now. See, like this, like this, like this. Okay. There's one section that I don't like, and I can work later on it. Like you see, I can skip it like this. I can take off whatever I think doesn't work. Now I can bring some of my green. And again, the green will come. Let's see. I mix some of those colors here because I want to have this strange green inside of my flower. So for sure here, like you see rounding. Then I want to have this green here. Then I want to have something of it here, and then for sure somewhere something here. Then I want to look for the flower here. You see, pattern, 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 and another pattern, like this. See, and something here. So I'm working very, very fast. I also will bring a little bit of these colors here on the bottom, and then with some of the black and green, I would come again back here. See, little bit. Okay. So I have my green again, and I'm going here with a little bit more of paint and a tiny bit more of black. Now, where I see the green, I also see some other sections here. A little bit this, we have a brown, we have this color here, we definitely need to have green, and maybe a little bit different too. Then we have those sections here. Okay, a little bit of it here. See the green, coming here. Remember, there has to be a difference, so at certain places later on with the brush we can apply some strokes. Okay, like this, you see, for the contrast. Okay, like good it looks. Okay, and then some of it here. Good, where we see the green, we also see some stamps here. Maybe later we apply another flower here. I'm not so sure yet, but I for sure know that I need darker colors here inside. See, like this. Okay, for sure. This is as well, like you see, coming here inside, making it darker. This is good. Maybe on one side we still need to have it darker, and some of those patterns, like you see here, I'll help them to be darker. Still, this will be having some of those strange patterns here. Okay, like this, pattern sleeves, whatever we call it. Then some of it here. And now we will come for our patterns. So, see, I have to be careful with the yellow that we don't get yellow, so that we don't get too much blue into it. Okay, I so have to have my paper towel prep and clean up anything what will extend go on my palette knife. So here I can certainly go right away thicker, and you see there's no problem just applying it here, but over there I have to put one stroke and maybe clean up my brush right away in the paper towel. So you see here it's fine. Still maybe even a little bit more orangey here going around like this, like this, like this. Okay, I'm getting more of my orange here. On this side, I want to have it here. Okay, I want to get with my flower, whoop, not too much. So I'm going back to it, and then I will spread it. You see, then I will spread my beautiful flowers, patterns. You see, here it would be okay. I just applied too much, and that's okay. You see, I can come with it. I can come here with my patterns. See, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, a little bit of it here, a little bit there. So, see, coming here, coming there, coming there, coming there. Fantastic. Now, I want to still come inside of the flower here, because I think we have to make it wider. See how good? Wow. I really, really like what is happening here. See, like this. And then coming here. Beautiful. Okay, the another one, I certainly need again heavy paint application around. And then I will come with those strokes inside. You see here, we still will model everything. But not yet, it's not the time yet for it. Okay, so here, going a little bit darker, and then we will spread those beautiful patterns. You see here, a little bit of it here. Very nice. I like the contrast here, so I'm leaving it. You see, yeah, I'm just pushing some of them. I think I like it here, like this contrast. Woo, woo, woo. Looks really good. See, tiny bit more, and even a little bit more. Yeah, not too much, has to be a nice balance. You see, like this. Now, this one here, that's good, but I need to bring this flower as well, like you see those patterns on the other direction, the other sides, like this. Good. Still a little bit more. See, coming here and having this looseness in. Okay, like this. Oh la la. Okay. Okay, and then what I need to do, I need to bring some of those parts coming here like this. Okay, so we have quite a bit now of patterns. See, I don't know how far this pattern will go, so that's why I'm bringing those other colors here. Okay, now this flower here. So again, we have some green patterns there, but I still need to bring, see this will be a darker ones here. So I get some orange and yellow ochre here, but because I have already yellow ochre there, I want to have the yellow ochre of more on the red side. See, like this here. Then we will go here, okay, like this. And then, let me see, I still think that I can use tiny bit more of the color here, like you see, to more emphasize the flower. And then give it tiny bit of more of the brown color by bringing this beautiful red inside. You see, just playing, very good. And then, you see here, I can bring also some blue back, you see, to get the patterns working. Okay, like this. See, going there, going for the shape of those flowers. Good. Now this one here, again, back to it. So some of it coming here, and then I need to separate patterns here. Pattern, like you see. So you can actually, you almost like using modeling paste here, because you play with it. Now I might bring some darker blue here. Look at this. Just a touch to show the disconnection here between the flowers. So I can certainly do it. I'm doing the same here, right? Because it helps my flowers to look better. What we do here, I think we'll do very much the same. You see, we show that these flowers sometimes are separated. It's not like a big monolithic shape. You see, the blue, you play with it to make it more interesting, right? The same here. See, I certainly can come here and make it stronger. This one is for me a little bit too strong, so I will decide that I come with some, like you see, mix some of those colors here, just to make it a little bit softer. Okay, now this flower here is very, very important for me, because I have to get those green colors. I have to get those beautiful green colors here, you see, and I mix it a little bit with purple here. See, so I will add. So this is my flower. And then this flower has to have, oh, wait a second, this one is also important. So I have to add to this flower a little bit more texture here. You see, a little bit more texture to show that it's there, a flower, but the flower is helping the other one shine, okay? So the same, this one here has to have a texture. But this time, this texture can be applied simply by dabbing the palette knife on the top and making it heavy, so that the other one, you clearly show that it's in the back, right? Because it's darker. The same here. See, and those yellows, they come on the top. I'm coming to the other flower. Let's see, still a little bit stronger here. I'm not so, like you see, I still want to work a little bit more on this flower, but I have to really see how it looks like when we take the paper, the masking tape. So this one has to have some of those patterns here and coming here like this. So we create this chaos, but it's an artistic chaos. Okay, like you see, like this, like this. And this one here as well. So we go first around, and I use this very, very bright orange color here, and then I will move those patterns certainly, like you see here, 1, 2. You put one stroke and then another one, right? But you have to bring them in the direction, opposite direction, like here. So what we do with it, again, you push the stroke one, and then you have another one, boom, here, like this, okay? So let's repeat it. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, we go on this side here. 1, 2. Now, see, a little bit more. And then still make it darker to help the other flowers shine. Okay, so you see it's a mess, but it's a good, beautiful mess. So certainly blue has to come here. And then we can start working on small details. Okay, so you see I'm still mixing my blue here, adding it there and there and there, and now I can come with the blue there where I think I still have to change certain shapes. I will use edge of my palette knife and go to certain places and make the lines, emphasize the lines. So for example here, see, I will emphasize it with tiny bit of black, so black and red. Okay, I get my brown color here. So you see it like this. I can always apply another line here. Now again, black, red, and going here like this. Okay, and going here with one more line. Now we have to also think about the lines for our vase. Okay, so I'm going here. I could use brush, but I like to use palette knife. And when I will think that my palette knife is not doing the job I want, then I switch to the brush. You see here? Okay, a little bit white lines, but maybe we will like them. Who knows? We have to see first. Okay, so for sure here, right, like this. Look at this. Okay, looking here. Looking there. And now I need to go back here and make some of those lines narrower. So you see, going here like this, and then playing la 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 la. Even when the line was like you see here, taking it off, and the same on this side here. It's a little bit too much. So you see, I decide at certain point that I have to make some changes, and I'm okay with it. I'm very, very much okay. Okay, the same here. Still want to come stronger, and then I can see also that there's this line, nice line coming here. So I break it, and this time I just mix red, just pure red. See, whatever I have here on my palette. See, and that looks really good. Now from there, I think I can introduce a little bit of this red also in my sunflower. I'm improvising now because I want to really have beautiful painting, right? So as an artist, I always am allowed to do those things. So you see, how can I now spice up my painting? Well, now I'm going to sections and I will be more precise. And maybe I would even start using the brush, who knows? So I certainly can bring a little bit of this red here. See, to make it more interesting. Then this flower here. We certainly need to create the effect of those of the head without the particular patterns here. You see, like this. You see, so I'm just dabbing and scratching. Okay, look at this. And adding it on this side here. Okay, a little bit more. Just a touch more. Then coming to this one here at the same way. See, maybe this. Now this one here has to have a little bit, like you see, strokes coming here. Okay, like this. Okay, that's good. And now this section for sure needs to be darker. See here, just for the partition, just a little bit, and then a little bit maybe even of the blue. Like you see, like this here. Let it fly. Okay. Right here, that's good. And now what we do with those flowers here? So do you think, nay, this doesn't work? I will apply, like you see, still some of those crazy patterns here, moving them, and certainly making a little bit darker the section closer to us. This is going back, so I want to have this part darker. See, like this. And then this one is okay, but inside of it I also want to come with another color. And I want to come with another color because I want to just a little bit brighten it, you see, like this. So it's not monolithic one color. Now in this mess here, what we have, we don't have very much there, anything. See, maybe still a little bit more of it here. This would be okay, the way it is. Maybe doesn't even need to be so much emphasized. And I think I want to come to this flower. See, a little bit more here. Like this, and then I still like to add those strokes very much here. This one I have to change, it's too strong to me. And we have to create a pattern in the second there. Okay, so this one, notice, will come beautifully like this. Okay, this one has to come down here as a pattern. I like the pattern here, but this one here certainly needs more work. See, so I'm making it heavier. Wow, see, really very, very rich painting. And now, this one here, what we do with this one here? Maybe we just leave it the way it is. What do you think? Or should we just maybe dab and make tiny bit more strokes in it? You can see here, to make it a little bit richer, like this. Oh wow, that actually works well. See, as a combination, we don't want to have boring painting. So that's for sure. And this black actually works very well for us. Okay, so I'm adding some of the blue on this side here, you see, to enrich the painting. And I think the same way I can add it a little bit here. Okay, so you see it's rich, it's beautiful. Same here, you see, just helping it a tiny bit. Now I just want to fix the last things here, and those will be, see, with my palette knife, I'm cleaning it up. I want to bring this line, I want to make it skinnier. So you see, because I used heavy paint, it's easy for me just to go on the top and skin it down by taking off the paint. It's enough already. Even when I scratch, I still will have enough room, see, to take off and still have paint underneath and move it. See, like here, for example, I'm moving, and then I'm looking at the strokes, and the strokes go like this. They have to be more interesting than you have them right now. Okay, so that will be the one part. Okay, like this. Whoop, I got some blood here. Okay, so. Okay, just a touch. Good. Cleaning up on this side here. And cleaning it up a little bit, maybe here. See? I take it from here. Okay, and look at this. Wow! So we've done our painting. I hope that you enjoyed the process. You see, going this way, this way, this way, not just one way. Right? That you enjoyed it, and that now you will create your own painting. See, still a little bit more of it here. It's just this, it starts drying up, which is a good sign. Okay, so slowly, maybe in 3 hours, the painting will be dry because it's so much paint on it. Whoop, I still got this darker color on it, but that's okay. See, very easy, it's like a sculpture. So I hope you enjoyed the process, and now you will be ready to work on your own beautiful, like you see, I still come here, your own beautiful painting. See, coming like this, coming, cutting it, cutting, and adding a little bit more of it here. You see, like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, for sure. Fantastic. So we finished the work. I hope that you enjoyed the process, and see you next time. Bye.